Hey everyone, here we've got a 2021 Hyundai Elantra. This is Hyundai's compact sedan and it's all new for 2021. This is just a base gas model, but there will also be a hybrid capable of getting up to 56 miles per gallon on the highway. And then there will also be two performance variants, an N-line model, which will make about 201 horsepower. I think of that as something like a Honda Civic Si competitor. And then there will also be a full-blown N model, which should make around 270 horsepower. I think of that as being kind of like a Honda Civic Type R competitor. Anyway though, let's do a tour of the new Elantra. This thing wears a pretty bold design, and the interior is actually pretty great as well. So let's check it out and then take it for a little drive. Sharp styling all around. Hyundai has really been taking some risks in the styling department over the past few years. It started with the new Sonata, the updated Santa Fe wears a really bold design, and now the new Elantra does as well. Something interesting I noticed, check out the shape of this trunk lid. So this thing is not a hatchback, and yet the trunk seam is right here. So that makes for a really unique shape when this thing is open. You open the trunk via this button right here. On the back, you can see the badging. It reads Elantra, and then this is a fully loaded limited model. Open the trunk. Anyway, though, like I said, traditional style trunk opening. There you go. There's the spare tire, so you get that little cutout there. Yeah, no handle for closing the trunk lid, so I guess you have to grab the outside here. Really great interior in the new Elantra. Let's turn it on. So, the first thing I noticed is that this interior pulls much of its inspiration from Mercedes-Benz. This single panel gauge layout here, where you've got a touchscreen infotainment system and your digital gauge cluster all integrated into the same panel. That is pulled from Mercedes-Benz. These chrome speaker grates are pulled from Mercedes-Benz. This LED light strip across the dashboard is pulled from Mercedes-Benz, and even this steering wheel bears some resemblance to some of Mercedes' modern designs. There's also a really interesting interior material that they use. You've got fabric, and it actually looks pretty cool. It feels pretty durable, and it's just something a little bit different than what you get in other vehicles. That appears on all four door panels and then also in the headrest here. Infotainment setup is unique, so it's just all touchscreen. You can adjust a lot of things. You can adjust this LED light bar. So just like Mercedes-Benz, there's a bunch of different preset choices. You can set it to dim while driving, which is really nice. You can link it to the drive mode. And then, I mean, this is pulled directly from Mercedes-Benz. And there, it changed to purple. This is weird. I have no idea what this is. I looked it up online. Nobody else seems to know what it is either. It really appears to just be a design in the panel here. So it's just printed on, it would seem. And there are no holes in it, no perforations or anything. If anyone has any guesses, let me know. Other than that though, this interior just stands out for being sharp. It's a little bit nicer than what you'll find maybe in a Corolla. I can't speak to long-term reliability or things like that, but my initial impressions of the Elantra here are that it has a really nice interior. The materials are economy car materials, but the design just comes together really well. They've invested in a nice infotainment system. The switchgear feels pretty good. The steering wheel design is unique. Back seat's kind of Spartan. You do get this net on the back of the passenger seat. Nothing on the back of the center console here. Overhead, you've got grab handles, door panels, as you would expect. Two cup holders in the center armrest. And well, nothing else. No USB ports or vents or anything back here. So this is a basic economy car. This is just the 4-cylinder model. Makes 147 horsepower. Continuously variable automatic transmission. Nothing too exciting there. There's 50. So it isn't exactly quick. This digital gauge cluster and infotainment system setup is pretty nice. Screen resolution is good, the backup camera is pretty good. I think Hyundai's infotainment system is pretty intuitive. Of course, I think most infotainment systems have gotten to the point where they're intuitive, though just a few automakers lag behind these days. Most are average. Hyundai definitely benchmarked Mercedes-Benz in designing this interior. Like, it's so blatantly obvious between the screen setup, these LED lights, the speaker covers, even the way you adjust the LED lighting. I mean, it is plucked directly from Mercedes-Benz. What's interesting to note though, I drove an A-Class earlier this year. That's Mercedes-Benz front-wheel drive compact sedan. And that thing's stickered for, I believe, about $50,000. And I really didn't see the value in it because it was set up much like an everyday compact sedan. Didn't have very many Mercedes-Benz-like qualities other than the badge on the hood. This vehicle has basically taken that design, at least in terms of interior. It offers most of the features that you can get in the A-Class at about $25,000 less. So, interesting comparison there. All around though, this interior makes a great first impression. Surfaces feel pretty good. The layout is intuitive. It feels new, feels modern. Powertrain, it's an economy car. It's hardly worth commenting on powertrain. I don't love continuously variable automatic transmissions. A lot of automakers have moved to CVTs for fuel economy. I think it's a cheap way to achieve those goals when it comes to fuel economy. So it's probably the way things are going, but I prefer geared transmissions. I know the Toyota Corolla and Mazda 3 still have traditional geared automatic transmissions. So there's your look at the Elantra. I think this thing's pretty impressive. It's a competitive offering in this segment. As far as the compact sedan segment goes, though, I think it's becoming harder and harder to justify purchasing a sedan. SUVs have become so common. They offer so much more in the way of practicality. They generally come with all-wheel drive, which adds capability. They have a more commanding position over the road. I think most people who might have bought a compact sedan 10, 15, 20 years ago are now flocking towards sport utility vehicles. So vehicles like this have to offer sharper design. They have to give you more in the way of interior and technology, some reason to purchase them, given that much of society has decided that an SUV is better for them. So I think, you know, if you get one of these at the rental car counter, if you really don't need a sport utility vehicle, I think this will be fine. I don't know how many we'll see in this top of the line trim, just given that I think one reason to purchase a sedan over a sport utility vehicle is to just save money. This thing stickers at under $27,000 though. And yeah, as far as compact sedans go, I give the Elantra a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.